Hi folks, today we're going to take a look at LIA, where he goes to a Pennsylvania police department and tries to apply New York traffic laws to their vehicles, and gets butthurt over an award issued to the police. But before we start today's video, as always, a big thank you to all of my current and new channel members and subscribers. Without your guys' continuous ongoing support, I couldn't keep this channel going, so I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the page. Leave a like and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out our new podcast and consider becoming a member. With all that being said, let's enjoy today's video.
Again with another video. Today we are at the Dixon City Municipal Building here in Pennsylvania. We are here today, as always, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. On the left side of the facility, we are immediately greeted with our friendly reminders that the government is always recording us, even though it always seems to be an issue when we, the people, record them.
Are you sure about that?
Hope that's not the case here today. So we are now behind the police department on the back right side of the facility. Again, just want to point out that there aren't any restricted area signs to be seen. Let's take a look around. So right next to this patrol vehicle, we have a Chevy Tahoe. I believe it's a personal vehicle. I don't see any lights anywhere or anything that would indicate that it's a police vehicle, so it's probably a personal vehicle here. RST, the fully loaded. Would you look at that? See this, ladies and gentlemen? That is a plate cover, a license plate cover.
Okay.
This is designed to be able to avoid red light camera tickets, tolls, speeding camera tickets, which I'm not necessarily opposed to it, but I am opposed to it when it comes from our public servants who will fine you and or arrest you for having this on your plate. Again, rules and laws for thee, not for me. In this case, it's tolls and tickets for thee and not for me. They can afford this Chevy Tahoe here. Is probably about $100,000.
Shenanigans.
Na 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 na.
Shenanigans.
Na 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 na.
And we're calling shenanigans, folks, because Sean is wrong about two things. One, this is Pennsylvania, not New York, so the plate cover is legal. And secondly is the cost of this Chevy Tahoe. Now, if a simple Google search can reveal to me that the Chevy Tahoe RST 2024 model sells at $64,000, not including discounts or, if this was a trade-in factor or not. And seeing as I am not an expert on vehicles, but I can do a simple Google search, it just shows that Sean's so out of touch and so misinformed that he'll just throw out a blanket statement to enrile and infuriate his viewers to make them mad at the police.
The officer who owns it can afford such an expensive SUV, but doesn't want to pay tolls or anything else. Well, newsflash, none of us want to pay tolls or tickets or anything of that nature, but of course he'll get out of having a plate cover because he's a law enforcement officer. The hypocrisy, same thing is happening in Suffolk County, where I'm from.
If your license plate is covered with plastic or any other material, remove it. It is illegal.
Tinted windows, license plate covers, and this has both. Unlawful tints.
So not only is Long Island Frauditor a fake journalist and a fake activist, he's also an expert in window tint. Maybe he got his certification in window tint to help his buddy Tuapri, who was recently arrested for violating Florida laws when it comes to window tint and windshield tint. Now, there are two ways for us to note for certain if this window tint is in violation of Pennsylvania statutes. Their window tint laws say 70% light must be able to be getting through the windows. So, if you have a tint meter, you can tell us for sure, or if you can shine a light while looking inside the car, which I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Why are you touching my car?
Is this your vehicle?
Why are you touching my car?
Is this your vehicle?
Why are you touching your car?
I'm just asking you a question, sir.
I'm just asking why you're touching your car.
I was looking at it.
I saw you touch it. It's on camera that you just touched it.
Well, the license plate, yeah. I was seeing if there was an unlawful plate cover, and there seems to be an unlawful plate cover on it.
Touched a car.
Right. That's not a
That's not
crime.
your property.
It's not a crime, sir. You don't need to worry. You don't need to worry about that. It's not a crime. But
Touch other people's
do you
property.
know what is a crime, sir? To have a plate cover on your vehicle.
I don't know whose car it is.
Well, excuse me, princess.
You just said, "Why are you touching my car?"
Why are you touching a car?
No, you said my car. Do you mind if I get your name and badge number, sir?
31 gallery. Don't touch people's cars.
Well, I was just checking to make sure it's in compliance with state law, sir, which it appears that it's not. Do you want to get the person who owns the car out here, if it's not you? So that officer became triggered, said, "Why are you touching my car?" Because I wanted to see what the license plate cover was made of, the material. Again, rules and laws for thee, not for me. Absolutely ridiculous how it comes out so aggressive. I just felt the license plate cover. That's all I did. I wanted to see what material it was made out of. I mean, it's a...
Clearly, you can tell it's made out of plastic. If you can't tell that without having to touch it, well, then you're stupider than you look. But the officer is upset for a reason. You're touching somebody else's property that doesn't belong to you. I mean, we learned in kindergarten not to mess with other people's stuff or take other people's things. But then again, Sean, you didn't learn that lesson because weren't you convicted of armed robbery?
legal to have on a personal vehicle. Cops touch your car during a traffic stop. Did you know that? But they can do it, but we can't. So when we go inside, we're going to see if we can speak to a supervisor regarding the unlawful plate cover. Let's take a look around before we speak to the police department regarding the license plate cover. Hi, ma'am. How are you? What services do you offer to the public here?
We are the magisterial judge, so all the traffic citations come here.
Right.
Civil suits.
Okay, and they would make payment here?
Yes.
So I see the sign says we only accept checks and money orders. You do not accept cash,
No. Or you can pay it online with a credit or debit card.
but you won't accept cash whatsoever?
Nope.
Isn't that legal tender here in the United States?
Yes, cash and coins are legal U.S. tender. However, some offices are not set up to handle cash or coins, so they use either money orders or certified checks or personal checks. But they also have the option for you to pay online. Now, if this is a concept that is foreign to your brain, I'm sorry, but it's an easy and understandable thing. Unlike that time you tried to pay a ticket with a bag full of pennies.
Case with our office?
Well, I'm just asking questions, ma'am. I'm a journalist. Who are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video, and just remember, anyone who calls himself a journalist is a
Are we on video?
Yeah, I'm recording.
You're not allowed to record us.
I'm not allowed to record you?
No, I don't
Why?
consent to be on a video, but thank you.
Do you not work for the government?
1 minute, please.
1 minute, please. The infamous 1 minute, please. As they either go and escalate the situation or they go and get educated by their superiors. We do not accept cash. I'm pretty sure that if you're paying a fine, you have to be able to accept cash.
Wrong!
So if you don't have a case with us, then there's nothing I can help you with.
Well, I was just asking, again, like I said, I'm a journalist, I'm working on a story. Do you mind if I get your name?
Yeah, so I'm not giving out my name and you're not allowed to videotape me.
Well, I am, and wouldn't it be common courtesy to give your name to a member of the public?
If you have a case, we can certainly help you.
Yeah, I just have some questions, ma'am. Like your name and why don't you accept legal tender for fines, cash? I think it's interesting. I think most people would find it interesting that you force people to pay a fine and then you don't even accept the official legal tender of the United States of America. No? All right, well.
Again, the office is probably not set up to handle cash. Some offices are, some aren't. If you can't understand that simple concept, I cannot help you. I don't think anybody can help you at this point because you're so far gone.
We're not going to get any answers here. Let's go speak to the police department. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can speak to somebody from the Dixon Police Department here. Of course, it's not open to the public. I think I'm knocking very nicely. When the police knock on our door, they're boom, 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 boom. Hello, how are you? Hi. Can I speak to a supervisor, please?
We don't really have supervisors on shift.
You don't have
We
any?
have a senior patrolman.
Yeah, you don't have any supervisor on shift?
No, I mean, the rank structure here goes from patrolman first class, which is what most of us are, and then the chief.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just anybody that's, I guess, a senior patrolman or...
I'll see if the chief is available.
All right, yeah, I just had a question.
Sure.
Thank you. The Thin Blue Line Award is presented to Dixon City Police Department for outstanding community service. The Thin Blue Line Award? Really? There's a Thin Blue Line Award?
All right. So
Yes, there's a Thin Blue Line Award. Probably the city made it for them. And it does say it's for community service and supporting veterans in crisis. You're acting like that's a bad thing. Wouldn't you want the police to serve their community? Wouldn't you want them to help veterans? Wouldn't you want them to be pillars of moral fortitude that people can look up to and appreciate that they go out of their way to help them? I don't think it's so much the award as it's the fact that you don't like the Thin Blue Line because it represents solidarity and support for law enforcement, just like the Red Thin Line supports firefighters. But then again, you hate the cops because you're a career criminal and, well, everybody knows that you have your biases.
our chief is out of the office for today. I mean, I could leave a message for him if you have.
I was just... Do you know who's the Chevy Tahoe in the back belongs to? White Chevy Tahoe?
Yes.
Is it an officer's vehicle?
I can't comment on that.
Is it? No, I'm saying is it an actual officer's vehicle? Like when I mean, like, is it a personal vehicle or is it a patrol vehicle?
Right, I can't comment on that.
You can't comment on it?
No. I can't tell you who owns every single vehicle on our lot.
Well, no, I'm asking, is it a publicly owned vehicle? Is it a police vehicle? I just saw that it, the tints on it were pretty dark, had like a plate cover on it, and I'm pretty sure that's against Pennsylvania statute. So I just wanted to, I'm conducting an investigation. That's why I want to speak to a supervisor. I don't want to put this on your head, but
You're lying.
I'm just asking questions. That's all for a story I'm working on.
Okay.
So there's nothing that you can divulge to me as far as if it's a personal or a public vehicle. If it's an unmarked vehicle, it's an unmarked vehicle. That's fine.
Right, but we have other vehicles for other uses.
Right.
Which I don't want to disclose.
Right. Well, is it a public vehicle or not? I mean, I've seen it already. I've recorded it.
Right,
It doesn't.
I can't comment on that.
You can't comment.
I mean,
Can the chief?
You can call the police chief tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you have a card or a number?
Yeah, his extension. I'll give you the phone number and his extension.
Thank you. I appreciate
or
that.
If you want an email.
Yeah, that's fine. That works. Email's
I'll
fine.
give you both.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, officer. Just typically, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not from Pennsylvania, but I'm here on business. But typically, plate covers are illegal in Pennsylvania.
It depends. So plate covers aren't inherently against vehicle code. Just if it hinders the view of the license plate.
Like if it stopped a camera from taking a picture of it, like a toll
Right,
booth.
or even visual view. Don't quote me. It might be 100 feet.
Right.
100 feet. I'm not. I have to look into.
Okay. All right. And do you know the legal percentage on tints?
You have to let 70% of the light in.
Okay, so same as New York.
Right.
So pretty light. Got it.
But it depends on that's only applicable to a sedan.
Right.
So like on a truck or SUV, the back windows can be.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Same thing as New York. Yeah. Yep.
Well, it looks like Sean was wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. As we heard clearly from this officer, the plate cover is not illegal. The window tint may not be in criminal code violations because that was clearly a Chevy Tahoe, an SUV. and not a sedan. So, Sean, how does it feel to always be wrong about so many things?
Let's make sure you're going to read that.
Yeah, I got it. And I'll confirm it on Google. That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you for your time, Officer Sawyer.
All right. Yeah, I mean, any other contact info you need, if you go on Dixie City Borough website and you scroll over to the police department, all our info is on there.
Perfect. Thanks, officer. Stay safe out there. Thank you. All right, Philip.
And we're ending the video here. Sean continues to go on a tirade thinking that the cops in Pennsylvania need to adhere to New York law, even though every state has the right to make their own laws due to the 10th Amendment. He clearly doesn't know what he's talking about, and he just goes off half-cocked, thinking that just because he calls himself a journalist and an activist, he's able to do what he wants. So if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Please consider becoming a member, and don't forget to check out the new podcast. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and I'll see you guys next time. And a special thank you to all members of the news team. Without your guys' continuous, ongoing support, I couldn't keep this channel going, so I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. And